A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds.
Lesson 130 means that you can only see one world at a time. You can see the world through fear, or you could see it through love, but not both at once. When you choose love, the world looks kinder and safer. This lesson teaches you that when you change how you see, everything you experience changes too.
What you see always matches your thoughts. Your thoughts come from what you choose to see. What you care about decides what you see. What you want to see, you believe is real. No one can see a world unless their mind thinks it is important, and no one can miss seeing what they believe they want.
What you see around you is connected to what you are thinking inside your mind. The thoughts you choose help decide how you see everything. What you care about the most becomes what you notice and believe is real. If you want to see something, you will believe it and keep seeing it. That is why everyone sees the world a little differently. We all see what we think is important, and whatever you believe you want to see, that is what will show up for you.
But who can truly hate and love at the same time? Who would want something to be real if they did not really want it? And who would choose to see a world that scares them? Fear makes us blind, because that is its trick. You cannot see what you are afraid to see. Love helps us see clearly, but fear covers everything in darkness.
You cannot really feel love and hate at the same time, because they are very different. Deep down, you choose what you want to be real. You would not truly choose to see something that scares you if you knew you could choose love instead. Fear makes it hard to see clearly. It is like turning off the light, so everything feels dark and confusing. But love is like turning the light back on. When you choose love, you can see clearly again, and everything feels calm, safe, and true.
What can fear show us in the world? What can we really see in the dark that is true? Fear covers up the truth, and what is left is only made up. But what could be real in the scary pictures made by fear? Why would you even want to see that? What would you want to hold on to in such a bad dream?
Fear cannot show you anything true. It is like being in the dark where things look scary, but you cannot really see what is there. The shapes you see are not real. They are just made up by your mind. Fear hides the truth and makes pictures that are not real. When you look at those scary pictures, they can seem real, but they are only like a bad dream. And if you knew they were not true, you would not want to keep them or hold on to them. When you choose love instead of fear, it is like turning on the light. Then you can see what is real, and everything feels safe, calm, and true again.
Fear has made everything you believe you see. All the separation, differences, and divisions you think made up the world are not really there. The enemy of love made up these things. But love has no real enemy, so these things have no cause, no life, and no effect. These things can seem important, but they are not real. You can look for them, but you will never find them. Today, we will not search for them or waste time looking for what is not there.
Fear has made the world seem full of differences and separation, like people are apart from each other. But these things are not really true. They are like pictures made up by fear, not by love. Love is real, and it does not have an enemy. So the things fear made do not have real power or life. They might seem important, but they are not actually there in truth. Today we could choose not to look for these things anymore. Instead of searching for what is not real, we can choose to see with love. When we do, we begin to see what is truly there, which is peace, unity, and love.
It is impossible to see two worlds at the same time. When you choose one, the other disappears. But one will always remain. You can only choose between two things, what is real and what is not. There is nothing else to choose.
You cannot see love and fear at the same time. When you choose one, the other fades away. If you choose love, fear disappears. If you choose fear, love feels hidden, even though it is still there. In truth, there are only two choices you can make. You can choose what is real, which is love, or what is not real, which is fear. There is nothing in between. When you choose love, you begin to see what is true, and everything feels peaceful again.
Today we will not try to mix two things that cannot go together. The world you see shows you have already made a big choice, just as big as choosing its opposites. Today's lesson is not only that you cannot see two worlds at once, it also teaches that the world you see makes sense based on how you are looking at it. Everything you see fits together because it all comes from one feeling inside you, and it shows that feeling in everything you see.
Today, we will not try to mix love and fear, because they do not go together. The way you see the world shows the choice you have already made inside your mind. The world you see makes sense based on how you are looking at it. If you are seeing with fear, everything will seem scary or confusing. If you are seeing with love, everything will feel peaceful and kind. Everything you see comes from one feeling inside you, and it shows up in everything around you. When you choose love inside, you begin to see a loving and peaceful world outside.
6 times today, with thanks and happiness, we will gladly spend 5 minutes thinking about the one idea that ends all doubt and brings us together as one. We will not make a bunch of silly differences or try to hold on to even a small piece of what is not real. Instead, we will focus on finding only what is true.
Today, a few times, we will take a little quiet time and feel happy and thankful as we think about one true idea that brings peace and helps us feel joined together as one. We will not focus on differences or things that are not real. Instead, we will gently let those go and choose to see what is true. When we do that, we feel calm, connected, and full of love.
Start looking for the real world by asking for help from a strength greater than your own and knowing what you really want. You do not want illusions. In these 5 minutes, let go of all the things in this world you think are special. Wait for God to help you and say, "It is impossible to see two worlds." Let me accept the strength God gives me and see no value in this world, so I can find my freedom and peace.
To begin seeing what is truly real, you can ask for help from a loving strength greater than yourself, and remember what you really want deep inside. You do not truly want things that are not real or that fade away. For a few quiet minutes, you can gently let go of the things you think are very important in the world and just be still. Then you can wait calmly, trusting that God will help you and that His love will guide you to what is true.
God will be there because you have called on His great and endless power to take this big step with you. You will not miss His thanks, shown clearly in what you see and in the truth you feel. You will not doubt what you see, because even though it is still perception, it is not the kind of seeing your eyes have ever shown you before. You will know God's strength helped you make this choice.
When you ask God for help, He is always there with you. His love is strong and never ends, and He helps you take this step toward truth. You will feel His answer in a quiet, happy way inside you and you will begin to see things more clearly. The way you see will feel different than before. It is not just with your eyes, but with your heart. You will feel peaceful and sure, and you will know that God's loving strength helped you choose what is true.
Let go of any temptation today by simply remembering you only have one real choice. You only see what is either real or not real, true or false. What you see always matches your choice, and you will experience either heaven or hell based on that choice.
If you feel confused today, you can remember something very simple. You only have one real choice. You can choose love, which is true, or fear, which is not real. What you see and feel comes from that choice. When you choose love, everything feels peaceful and happy, like heaven. When you choose fear, everything feels upsetting and confusing. So you can gently remind yourself to choose love, and that will help you feel calm, safe, and happy inside.
If you believe even a small part of hell is real, you will hurt your eyes and curse what you see. Then you will see only hell. The freedom of heaven is still yours to choose, and it can replace everything hell tries to show you. All you need to say to any part of hell, no matter what it looks like, is this: it is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want.
If you believe even a little bit in fear, everything can start to look scary or wrong, and it can feel like you are stuck in a bad place. But that is only because of what you are choosing to believe. You can always choose something better. You can choose peace, which is like heaven, and it can replace any scary feeling or picture. When something feels upsetting, you can gently remind yourself that you do not want that and choose love instead. You can say in your heart, I choose peace and freedom, and I do not want this. When you do that, you begin to feel calm again and remember what is true.
It is impossible to see two worlds. It is impossible to see two worlds. It is impossible to see two worlds.